Hello everyone, Mad Scorpion here. Let me go ahead and turn off my overlay. There we go. And hello, it is time to go over what you have to do to obtain Ruinous Effigy. Now, basically to start, I have already made mild progress, so I won't be able to say much, or at least show much visually, but you're going to want to go ahead and head to the tower and visit the Prismatic Recaster down here in the annex, and that will start you off on the quest, and from there it shall direct you to do the means to an end, but it will say complete the interference quest, which is in time with means to an end. After that, it will kick you out onto the current step I am on, where it will instruct you to find fragments, essentially, and retrieve calcified light fragments and kill Savathun's marionettes. Now, an important detail regarding the calcified light. It isn't really marked on your map, but it is pretty easy to find in general if you are in the right areas. Like so, there is one on top of the Pyramidion, and I believe it is about 200 meters according to the radar. If you pull up your ghost, you will see an objective marker telling you that one is up there. That is the basics for hunting them. Now I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio and essentially just run a how to get where you need to go for a bunch of these fragments. There is a majority of them on Io, but also a majority of the rest on Mercury, Mars, and Titan, the other planets that now currently have pyramid ships on them. This one is pretty easy, as you just need to climb to the top, and if you ever need an indication on where you're going, like I said, you can just pop your ghost, and it will give you a marker of exactly where you need to go. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and grab this one, and I'm just going to go... Oh, another important fact. As you see in the bottom left, it says shield taken disruptors have shown up. Those are the marionettes. If you want to just... Oh, there's the fragment to pick up. If you want to just... The part about taking marionettes, they do randomly spawn out in the wild. You can find them. You can just rotate between locations on various planets trying to get them to spawn. But if you want to, and if you don't want to just bank on chance to have the random things spawn, you can just run the contact public event over and over again, because the marionettes are basically just the contact public event bosses. So aside from that, I just showed you the first calcified fragment, or light fragment, or whatever it's supposed to be, at the very top of the Pyramidion. I'm going to go ahead and show you where the rest are now.
Let's make these taken pay.
Yes, good. Increase the factor of deterrence. That bears further study.
Okie dokie, folks. If I am editing this right after just showing you all 10 of the IO fragments, it should be, well, obviously I should be because this is going to come next. But next is Mars. And just a quick side note for the other planets, there is going to be 5 on each of the other locations, 10 on Io, 5 on the other locations, that will come down to the exact number of 25, as you can see from current quest progress. Quick little side note, but let's continue on.
Step into my office.
Alrighty, fresh off of gathering all calcified fragments, as you just watched as I did it. I instinctively said fragments, even though it's calcified light. So the next step would logically, well, I don't think I need to even say it, but the next step would be going after the marionettes of Savathun, which are essentially, go out in the world, find a random taken that will be indicated in the bottom left with text. It'll say something like taken disruptor nearby or something. You might have seen in a brief flash through, just because I'll likely have it sped up for design. You'll see an ogre and taken hobgoblin champion show up. Like that. The shield taken disruptors have arrived, as we can see up there. You will see a notification for them showing up in the bottom left, and they are decently frequent, actually, believe it or not. So you won't have, if you want to, you can just stay in one area and just hang out if you want to. Aside from that, you shouldn't need to do much more complicated things than that. And I shall catch up with you once I have all of mine done. I will be right back. So I encountered a minor hiccup while editing, and I discovered that I did not record audio for this section. So I'll give you a brief rundown as seen on screen, but it's essentially me stating that there are options for the final step of the path you choose. You can either go with Gambit, which might be a little bit faster in general, or Reckoning, where Reckoning with every tier above 1, 2, and 3, you gain better progress, and with tier 3 the best, it requires about 3 full completions. But in addition to that, there is simply just the void kills, which you can grab your favorite void weapon, recluse, hard light, whatever you wish. And then for precision multi-kills, I'm not sure, I don't think it has to be with a void weapon. I did it both at the same time just to be sure, but you can go ahead and go for your void kills or precision multi-kills outside of Gambit or Reckoning if you so choose. That is all. Thank you very much. As we come back to the tower, once you have completed your Gambit or Reckoning and gotten all the multi-kills or void kills, you should have that step done, and with that, you will return to the Prismatic Recaster, and... oh, whoop, that's for that one quest. Let me just pick that up. Oh, right. That's not the Prismatic Recaster. This thingy, I think it is. Yeah. You go to the Umbral Decoder, and you should be rewarded with your Ruinous Effigy. It is not a complicated task. The most difficult thing for some would likely be tracking down all those things, just because they haven't exactly seen them. But aside from that, that is the new Trace Rifle. For those that wish to see it, it comes in a nice bright white with wood. It's supposed to be petrified wood, I believe, is what it's air quotes supposed to be. And it does come with a catalyst, and it essentially makes it so that its perk has a melting point effect. It's essentially an outbreak effect. I'll just briefly go into it. Basically, killing something will make a void charge. The void charge can be used for light, heavy, and guarding / AoE damage, and with the catalyst it makes it so that hitting something with said orb will actually weaken it to just Ruinous Effigy, and it is a buff that is different from the 1 debuff 1 buff rules, so you can stack it and have 5 people with Ruinous Effigy, and you can likely do some nasty damage. But either way, that is all you need to know about Ruinous Effigy for the Daily Noob. Hopefully you actually enjoyed this. If you do, a like or a share or a subscribe would be appreciated, as I am still learning the ropes of how to keep a schedule and keep up with other YouTubers. With that name, word flub, the first in a while. But with that, my name is Mad Scorpion, and this has been the quest for Ruinous Effigy. I will see you in the next video.